I wrote a book called The Blood of Emmett Till, and that project started when I got a phone call from a woman who said, who didn't live far from me, who said that a previous book of mine was, she wanted to, it was her favorite book, and she just wanted to talk about that for a minute, and I was getting off the phone, but then she said, well, I gave it to my mother for Christmas, and it's her favorite book too, and we want to have a cup of coffee with you next week, if we could. And I just pretended she hadn't said it and profusely thanked her for her warm comments and was getting off the phone. And she said, well, my mother-in-law, you may know about my mother-in-law. Her name was Carolyn Bryant. Well, Carolyn Bryant is the white woman who at 21 was working at the store counter where 14-year-old Emmett Till came in Mississippi, a young black boy from Chicago, and they had a harmless encounter that ended up with him getting lynched, and it becomes the most notorious race crime perhaps in the history of the world. It's a global news story and is still a well-known narrative. But so I allowed it but Carolyn Bryant, at the center of this, had never been interviewed. She had never given an interview to anybody, a journalist or historian, and they were calling me up asking me to interview her. So of course I had time. When the book came out, people were, it wasn't about her. She was just one sort of character in the book because of the incident at the store. But she admitted to me that she had committed perjury in court when she, told about Emmett Till, the encounter, and she said he had put his hands on her and had these, sexual remarks and so on, which she admitted to me hadn't happened. But that wasn't, what killed Emmett Till, and the jury didn't even hear her testimony, and furthermore, they wouldn't have acquitted those men for anything. So. And everybody knew she was lying too. Nobody believed her testimony. It was she told an old story of, the black beast rapist and the bruised Southern lily, who, it's an old story used to justify horrific violence. So I didn't think much of it. But people focus on it, and I feel like they focus on her as a symbol of evil because it simplifies the story and makes it a story about monsters, one in particular, and so it's this evil Medusa of the Crossroads, Mississippi, and Redneck Frankenstein, and that killed Emmett Till, and that makes everybody feel good. It makes people feel superior and smug and complacent, as if it wasn't a social system that killed Emmett Till, as if it wasn't the sweep of American history that killed Emmett Till, and as if there weren't thousands and thousands of Emmett Tills. So the focus on her was misplaced, I thought.